Students, now we are going to learn what are the various achievements of United Nations organization. Why was it made? Why was UNO established? For peacekeeping. So its first success is peace. We have not had a World War III. So it has successfully maintained peace. The UNO has solved many conflicts due to lack of unity among the permanent members of the Security Council and the complexity of global issues. It can be said that the achievements of UNO is a mixed one. At a global level, no war has taken place, but between countries there have been wars, like India and China had a war, India and Pakistan had a war. So at a global level, because there have been no war, like a World War III or something, you can say it's successful, but there are small regional wars. So UNO has failed in those regions. So there's mix. There is some successes and there are some failures. Why has there been a failure? Because the 5 permanent members of the Security Council are not united on many issues. Most of its functions are performing peacekeeping works and observatory roles. India has always worked with UNO towards protection of human rights and for world peace. The UNO has worked towards resolving the crisis of Suez Canal, Iran, Indonesia, Kashmir issue, Palestine issue, Korean issue, Hungarian, Congo, Cyprus, Arab-Israel conflicts, Namibia, Afghanistan, and all of these other crises. It has continued to work on disarmament. Students, we discussed disarmament, the race that every country wants the best weapons. So they started collecting more weapons, and then they decided that we can spend this money for growth, for economic growth and development. So they encouraged to not have this competition for arms. So that process is disarmament. So UNO is continuously working on disarmament and nuclear disarmament. Now, the Cold War has ended. There is no Cold War anymore between USA and USSR or the then Russia. So, this has led more space for the functioning of the UNO. Next, we looked at how it has maintained peace. Now we will look at economic and financial achievements. The UNO in its charter, students, declared that UNO should strive to uplift the social and economic status of the people of the world. And how can they do this? Through the supervision of Economic and Social Committee. The Economic and Social Committee's aims, students, for 2 marks, you should learn from examination point of view, which we just studied in the previous class. Students, just like how for climate change, the United Nations member countries, all countries in the world have come together to put efforts unitedly to stop global warming, to stop the ozone layer depletion. There are many such situations. Even before, all countries have come together. They sign an agreement and they make a body. So for trade, for fair practices of trade all over the world, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, it's an agreement that was signed. And they also developed a program for monetary help, for loan, for aid, and so on through the United Development Program. They established institutions like International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and so on. All of these work within the UN for financially helping all countries of the world. Next, let's look at social achievements. Social achievements are those that are related to the social well-being of people. So UN has again set up some bodies to work for the same, like World Health Organization, Unesco, Unicef, World Refugee Council. These are a few organizations that are interested in social well-being of the world. The Universal Declaration on Human Rights in 1948 is considered as an important international achievement of UNO. It has played decisive role in the removal of apartheid. You all know what's apartheid, the racial discrimination between black and white, colonialism and imperialism. Students, now that we know what are the various achievements in peacekeeping, in economics and social achievements of the UNO, now we will learn various organizations under United Nations organization. Many organizations are there. Y'all can learn 2 in a day and maintain a code. When was this formed? What is its aim? Mostly by looking at the name itself, you will be able to tell what is the goal or what is the aim. And then you all have to learn achievements of that organization. Let's begin. Food and Agricultural Organization. When was it born? When was UNO born? 1945. This organization was also born in 1945. The very name says it's for food, to fight against malnutrition, hunger and poverty all over the world. It has 3 divisions: Conference, Committee and Director General. The head office of this organization is in Rome. And what are the aims? Development of agriculture, providing nutritious food, creation of hunger-free communities, reforming the life of rural people. You should learn any 2 points. World Health Organization. When was it founded? In 1948. What was the aim? Improving the health of the world community. There were a lot of diseases like polio, measles, leprosy, and a lot of people died because of it. So it strived to eradicate diseases like plague, cholera, malaria and smallpox. It was also working towards freeing the world from AIDS, cancer and other major diseases. Students, this year we saw which disease? Coronavirus, COVID-19. And who was working really hard to eradicate? The World Health Organization. The organization is trying to address issues like population growth. So apart from disease, they also try to solve the problem of population growth, hunger, malnutrition and other challenges in the coming days. Where is its office? It's in Geneva of Switzerland. FAO was in Rome. WHO is in Geneva in Switzerland. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Students, sometimes in exam, they may not go into the detail of asking you where is it situated, what is the aim. They may just give you the name UNESCO and they'll tell you give the full form. Expand. So you should know the full name. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. When was it founded? In the year 1946. Dates are not important, students. Its head office is in Paris. You should know all the head offices. FAO, it's Rome. WHO, Geneva, Switzerland. For UNESCO, it is in Paris. It's specialized institution which strives to improve science. It's written in the name itself. Education, again in the name itself. And culture, it's again written in the name of the world. It's active in technical education. What do you mean by technical education? Education related to the latest technologies. Cultural issues, constructive thinking and media strategies to preserve the world heritage. It supports both government and non-government organizations to spread the importance of education. Now students, we will talk about Unicef. Again, the full form is very important. United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Children's Emergency Fund. When was it founded? It was founded in the year 1946 for the benefit of children. Later it became a permanent body in the year 1956. How many members it has? It has 30. What is the main aim? It is to create conducive environment for the development of children and women. It provides aid. Aid means money, monetary help to all the needy countries. Unicef has also won the Nobel Prize in the year 1965. It sells greeting cards to generate funds, and with this fund, it performs all its functions. It's known for his humane outlook and for helping so many children all over the world. International Monetary Fund, IMF. It was started in the year 1945. It became completely operational in the year 1947. Where is the head office? It is in New York. It tries to resolve international economic crisis, like there was the recession in 2008, and there are many other issues that keep coming that lead to economic crisis. This is the institution that resolves it. It helps the development of global commerce. So there is global trade and commerce that is going on. It helps to develop it, economic stability and the balance of payment. Students, a quick understanding of what is balance of payment. Now, if India and Russia have a trading relationship, India exports, India also imports. So when the export is more than import, like it is giving, selling more than buying, then it is called favorable or surplus balance of payment. It can also be unfavorable when it is taking or importing more than exporting. So sometimes when the balance of payment is very unfavorable, the International Monetary Fund helps to attain stability. In this organization, Administrative Council, Board of Directors and a Managing Director works. Its efficiency and transparency are often appreciated. So it's very transparent. Whatever procedure they carry out, they openly discuss with everyone and they are very, very effective. If there is any problem, they have always resolved it in the best possible manner. This can be called as the central bank of many central banks of different nations. Now, we learned that RBI is the mother of all banks. So, if the banks in India, like let's say there is SBI, there is HDFC, there is ICICI, if they want money, they go to RBI. Like that, there are many reserve banks of different countries of the world. When they need money, where they go? They go to IMF. It plays the role of facilitator. Facilitator means bridge. Developed countries have so much money. Developing countries need money for growth. Who is the bridge? IMF is the bridge or facilitator. The word used for bridge here is facilitator. Now let's look at IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. When was it founded? In the year 1947. Where is its head office? It's in Washington. It was founded to ensure economic progress after the Second World War. This bank provides funds in large sums to promote the growth in what fields? In the field of agriculture, infrastructure development, transport, communication and development to all member countries. It helps to balance the world trade and balance of payments. This bank has always provided funds to development of countries. It has an administrative council, an executive council and a president. Two cooperative organizations function under the World Bank. You should know both. Very important from examination point of view. International Progressive Association and International Financial Authority. IPA and IFA. Now let's look at International Labour Organization. Labour are those who work, who go to work. They also have some rights. These things are discussed or taken care by the International Labour Organization. They even take care of matters of employment. This organization is for the development of labourers across the world. Where is the head office? In Geneva in Switzerland. Every member state sends 2 representatives to this organization. One representative is from the labor unions and another from the administrative system of the country. What are the areas? Welfare of the workers, health facilities for the workers, life quality come under the functioning of this institution. In the case women workers, it suggests measures like maternity benefits. So let's say a lady is going to become a mother. So she needs paid leave for certain number of months. That holiday is called maternity leave. International Labour Organization facilitates or provides, supports the cause of maternity leave. Minimum wages, minimum amount of salary that you're supposed to get as wage. housing schemes for laborers, and many other worker-related issues are covered by ILO. Though the recommendations are in the form of suggestions, so now when ILO goes to a member country, let's say India is a member of ILO, and ILO comes and says that please have maternity leave, have minimum wages, it just gives suggestions, it's not binding. The member states still follow the suggestion. Its general conference is like a world parliament of workers, and it strives to protect the welfare of workers. So when all the members meet, it looks like a world parliament of all the workers of the world. Now let's look at UNO's Trade and Commerce Progress Committee. This institution mainly focuses on facilitation of commerce and trade. The name only says it's a bridge for trade and commerce. What help does it give? It gives technical assistance for commerce relationships in the world if there are any administrative bottlenecks affecting the trade. Some countries may have put excessive rules that if you want to trade, if you want to export, if you want to import, you have to have so many documents, you may have to have permissions and so on. So when it becomes very difficult to carry out trade because of such rules or bottlenecks that are not very necessary, the UNCTAD, UNCTAD, it comes and helps to ease all these processes. This institution works with the aim of providing conducive or a supportive environment for better trade and commerce. World Trade Organization. We learnt about GATT, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. Because of that agreement, WTO was born. This was founded on January 1st, 1995. It's very, very important. All member states agreed upon the GATT, the General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. It tries to resolve conflicts out of international trade and commerce. So if there is an international trade going on, like there is trade between India and Singapore, and there is a fight, who resolves this fight? Who resolves this case? WTO resolves this case. It works with the World Bank to formulate the policies of international trade and commerce. So let's say they are passing a law, a rule that is to be followed by all countries of the world. So it works with the World Bank to make these rules to enable smooth trade. Some countries are migrating towards free trade, tend to suffer a few problems with this. What is the meaning of free trade? Let's say there are no rules and regulations. Everyone has freedom. Export how much ever you want, import how much ever you want. We won't put any tax. So that is called free trade. Now, they face a lot of hardship because WTO puts a lot of rules and regulations. It doesn't allow free trade. It says there should be basic level of rules and regulations. Not too many, not zero. There should be some. WTO is considered as the third important pillar of world trade along with IMF and World Bank. Very important question from examination point of view for 1 mark. That's all. This brings us to the end of everything that was with respect to the United Nations Organization.